To enhance the performance of our FMI Paris Lights linear fireplace or our Vantage Hearth indoor linear vent-free gas fireplace, we have created a conversion kit to convert the controls from the existing SIT gas controls to an enhanced SkyTech control system. Please review this video. It will take you through the steps to remove the SIT controls and walk you step by step through the process of installing the new SkyTech controls. The first step is to remove the glass pebbles from the firebox. An easy way to do this is to use a small shop vac and to suck the pebbles up as shown here. The second step is to remove the control compartment access door. Using a 5/16 nut driver, remove the 4 brackets that secure the porcelain liner panels in place. Remove the side porcelain liners. Remove the pebble pan by taking out the 6 screws. With the screws removed, the pebble pan can be lifted up and set aside, and then the rear panel can be removed. Remove the screws securing the burner in place. Slide the burner to the right off of the orifice and lift it out and set aside. The next step is to remove the pilot shield assembly. The pilot assembly will be removed and will not be used again. After removing the pilot assembly, remove the screws around the perimeter of the lighting tray. Remove the pilot tube from the base of the pilot assembly. Lift the lighting pan up and out of the fireplace. Remove the harness. Use an open-end wrench to remove the gas manifold tube from the bulkhead fitting. You will now remove the lights from the lighting pan . Place them in the new pan shipped with your kit. Take care to note that 3 of the lights are oriented in one direction, with the light at the extreme left facing the opposite direction. Next, we will remove the orifice and bulkhead fittings from the pan that came with your fireplace, and we will transfer these to your new pan. Be sure to use the appropriate gas sealant on the threads. And carefully align the burner orifice so that it's facing in the proper direction. Remove the 4 screws from the valve bracket assembly. Then, using 2 wrenches, remove the flexible gas line from the flare fitting on the end of the gas valve. Remove the pilot tube from the gas valve. Remove the flexible manifold tube from the gas valve. The next step is to remove the electronic access cover. This is the cover that covers the electronic components in the bottom of the fireplace. Remove the screws along the top edge of the control support bracket. Disconnect the wires from the controls. These wires will not be reused, so it's acceptable to use a wire cutter to cut the wires to facilitate easy removal. When all wires are removed, lift the controls out of the fireplace. We're now ready to begin assembling the new controls. Because space in your fireplace is limited, it's very important to pre-assemble the controls outside of the fireplace. Please follow closely the steps exactly as they're shown here. The controls as shown here include the gas valve, a pilot and a pilot support bracket, and a new pilot tube, the battery box, the control module, and the lighting module. In addition, there will be a low voltage power supply and a new remote complete with batteries. We're going to begin by installing the new pilot tube into the gas valve. For this, we'll need a 7/16 combination wrench, and we are going to need to use the closed or box end of the wrench. Simply thread the brass fitting into the gas valve until it's finger tight, then slide the box end of the wrench on and tighten. Connect the gas flex line to the flare fitting at the end of the gas valve. Again, take it finger tight and then tighten 1/8 to 1/4 turn using a 7/8 wrench. After that, take the low voltage power supply and connect it to the 2 terminals marked power on the control box. Take the insulated lead for the igniter and plug it into the end of the igniter on the pilot assembly. Mount the pilot assembly to the pilot bracket. The pilot will be angled up when installed in the fireplace. Connect the other end of the igniter wire to the terminal marked I on the control module. Follow the wire down from the thermopile and attach that lead to the terminal marked S or sensor. Lastly, take the ground wire and attach it to the ground screw on the gas valve. You will note that the brackets to support the control assembly project down below, allowing about a 1/2 inch of clear space underneath the control assembly. This will be used to route the wires under the control assembly. Place the control assembly into the firebox, pull it to the front, and rotate it to a vertical position with the switch pointed up. Leave it leaning against the front of the fireplace. Place the lighting assembly into the firebox as shown. Now, take your new gas manifold line and connect it to the bulkhead assembly. Take it finger tight and then using a 5/8 wrench, turn it 1/4 turn. Next, connect the red and white leads coming off the control module to the wiring harness as shown. Snap the light switch into place on the top of the control module. Plug the lighting control into the receptacle and the low voltage power supply into the receptacle. Slide the control assembly into place so that the support brackets line up with the holes in the bottom of the fireplace. The control assembly can be screwed into place using a 5/16 nut driver on a 12-inch extended bit. 4 screws will secure the control assembly. With this work completed, now fasten the end of the gas manifold tube to the gas valve using a 5/8 open-end wrench. Next, fasten the end of the pilot tube to the end of the pilot burner. Turn it finger tight and then use a wrench to turn it 1/8 to 1/2 turn. Drop the lighting panel down into place and secure the pilot bracket to the 2 holes on the left edge of the cutout. With the pilot in place, you can then secure the lighting panel onto its mounting brackets. Slide the burner into place onto the orifice and rotate it down. It will come up tight against the pilot bracket. Note that the carryover ports on the burner should be just in front of the end of the pilot assembly. Secure the burner into place using 8 5/16 screws. Now it's time to replace the rear porcelain panel. With the rear porcelain panel in place, it is time to put the pebble pan into the fireplace. Check to make sure that the curved cutout in the pilot pan is on the same side as the pilot assembly. The pebble pan can then be secured in place using 6 black screws. Now reinstall the porcelain panels on each end of the fireplace and secure with the 4 mounting clips. The next step is to mate the transmitter with the receiver built into the control board. First, place the batteries in the remote control transmitter. The control module is fastened to its support bracket by Velcro strips. Simply peel the control module off of the support bracket. The Learn button is located on the control module. Depress the Learn button and then press the Mode button on the transmitter. A series of beeps will be heard. You have now mated the transmitter to the receiver. Refasten the control module and then slide the cover plate into place and secure it with 2 screws. Turn on the gas and the electricity. Leak test all fittings and confirm proper operation of the burner and remote control. Then replace your glass pebbles, replace the control compartment cover. The work is now completed.